Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest World Tutorials. I am KoTGZ, and in this video we are going to go over the new Exalted Sage and also go over the new weapon, so the Scroll of Enlightenment. So first, going over the Exalted Sage, so right over here. So you're going to see with my Sage, it actually, now you can see the icon right here has actually been changed to the exalted form. So I'm going to actually go over and look into the details about this. So here are going to be the Dharma Temple details about this class. So for getting Exalted Sage, you have to go through 4 different trials. So first trial is going to be to do 10 echoes. Then after that, the trial 2 is going to be defeat 200 enemies while having a sage in your party. Then after that, you have trial 3 is going to beat 10 Hokora without having your sage being unable to fight. And then the last trial is to walk 15,000 steps with a sage in your party. So when you complete all those 4, you're going to get the Exalted Sage. So here, these are going to be the actual things that you get from the Exalted Sage. So the first one is going to be the party skill. So it's going to be plus 2% to spell resistance for all party members. But this particular effect does not stack with similar effects. So it's going to be whichever one is highest, I believe. Then after that, you're going to have a new level 50 skill. So that's going to be Mahibiki no Eisho, which is Chant of Magic Echoes. So with this, the cost is actually going to vary depending on the total cost of your MP. And then what it does is increasing the power of the sage's spells by a little bit. This also increases the rate that echoes occur, but also increases MP consumption. So pretty much your spells power go up, but their MP consumption or MP cost goes up as well. So that's going to be that right there. So with that said, what I want to do is actually first what I'll do is actually go over the new weapon. So that's going to be right here. So this is going to be the Satori no Sho, or the Scroll of Enlightenment. So the Scroll of Enlightenment is going to actually be actually quite interesting. It's actually quite useful and effective in battle, especially since it has a spell that does healing and also damage. The only bad thing about this particular weapon is that it's actually going to have no resurrection spell. So what I might need to do is actually change out some souls for my particular sage. I'm not sure what I'll do, but possibly I might do that later on down the line. But first, let's go over some of these abilities. So let's go into a battle. So first, let's see. Okay, so here we go with this battle. So what I want to do is go to my sage, so I'll see you there soon. Okay, so this is going to be a mix of the Sage's new ability, and also the abilities of the Scroll of Enlightenment. So right here, you're going to see that there's going to be an Ikinari ability. So this Ikinari ability, that is going to be Ikinari Maho counter, which is sudden magic counter. So this is going to cost 18 MP, and what it does is at the start of the battle, creating a wall of light, the next spell taken by the character is reflected back to the enemy. So this lasts 2 turns. So normally, like with Magic Shield or Mirror Shield, once the spell is reflected back, you lose the Mirror Shield. But in this case, this Mirror Shield actually lasts 2 turns, so no matter how many spells come in for those 2 turns, they'll get reflected back. So that's actually going to be really good. So the next ability that I want to go over is going to be right over here. So this is going to be the Chant of Magic Echoes. So like I said before, what this is going to do is going to slightly increase your magic power, but at the same and also increase the rate of echoes, but it's also going to increase the MP cost of your spells. So if we look at your basic spells right over here, Merami, Iora, and Dorikuma. So Merami is at 9, Iora 18, and Dorikuma at 13. So what I'm going to do here is actually put Chant of Magic Echoes on, which costs 158. And that was the added effect. So again, going to go back to my Sage. Okay, so now checking out the abilities again. So here you can see Merami is at 13, Iora at 27, Dorikuma at 19. So the spell's MP cost actually did increase. So what I'll do here is I'll go over the next ability of the weapon. So that's going to be right over here. So this is going to be Kiararu. So with Kiararu, I actually can't do anything with this, but what Kiararu does is that it actually cures all characters of confusion, and that costs 10 MP. Then after that, you're going to have a Zameha. So with Zameha, it's going to cost 9, and it cures all characters of sleep. Again, I can't use that since none of the characters are asleep. Then next, you're going to have this one right over, let's see, right here. So this is going to be Restoration Magic Protection. So what this does is going to cost 11 MP, and it recovers some HP of one character and gives the character a buff that lessens the next spell damage they take by 20%. So I can actually use that, and I'll use it. Actually, it looks like I can only use it on my Sage. So this is what it's going to look like here. So 582, and I got that little buff right there. So moving on to the next ability of the Sage. Okay, so now the next ability that I want to go over is going to be, let's see, it's going to be this one right here. Going to cost 49. So actually, originally this is going to cost 33, but because I have the special buff, it's going to cost more. But this is going to be the Magic Bullet of Profound Wisdom. So what this does, it does tremendous spell damage to one character. If healing magic is higher than magic power, then it will show in the healing magic power. But in this case, I'm going to actually use this on, let's see, how about Killer Jack? Okay, then moving on to the next ability. Okay, so for the final ability of the scroll is going to be right here. So this is going to be Satori no Hikari, so the light of enlightenment. So pretty much the soul cost actually, or not soul cost, but the MP cost has not changed. So this is probably more of a skill than it is a spell. But what this does, it pretty much is described as unraveling the Scroll of Enlightenment. This does a spell that replenishes the HP of all allies and does damage to one enemy at the same time. So that's going to be like this. And down. So with that, those are pretty much all the abilities that I can go over with the Sage. So I'm going to auto battle through this. Okay, so here, everything with that battle actually went well. So, yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff, even not that's not even written down, or explained in the actual explanations of the spells that are going on. But, yeah, so, with the Sage does get a level up in terms of the cost of its MP and the power of its, spells. But with the cost increase, I'm not sure how well that will do in terms of healing. But definitely, if you're using a Sage as an attacker or a spellcaster, that can actually prove to be quite good. So next, what I'd like to do is actually I want to actually go over the Rapthorne Soul, so that's going to be right over here. So here with Rapthorne, it's going to be a red soul. So in terms of red souls, again, HP cost is max HP is going to be 114. Strength is going to be 104, and then you have pretty decent stats in durability, dexterity, and also agility. So that's actually not so bad. Then for the actual ability traits, you're going to have weapon and physical technique, or plus 5% of weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 7% to Dane weapon and physical technique damage, plus 5% to Dorma weapon and physical technique damage, and plus 7% to the resistance to having your defense lowered. So that's actually good. I'll lock this one in. But also what I want to do is actually upgrade that particular soul. So I can actually upgrade it to S star grade. So that's going to be right over here. And as you can see, so it actually does change to the Rapthorne. So what I'll do is go and change this, and we'll go over this. Okay, so I got the S star grade soul for God of Darkness Rapthorne. So let's go over this. Let's see, right over here. So with God of Darkness Rapthorne, again, you're going to have pluses in max HP, your strength, and then the other abilities as well. So this time 130 max HP, 114 in strength. Then for the actual abilities, you're going to see some increases, so plus 10% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 10% to Dane weapon and physical technique damage, plus 7% to meta weapon and physical technique damage, plus 7% to Dorma weapon and physical technique damage, and plus 10% to resistance to having your defenses lowered. So this is actually a pretty good soul, so I'll definitely be using it with one of my characters, definitely. But with that said, I'm going to be ending this video here. So yes, so the Exalted Sage is actually going to be quite good. So healing, I actually have noticed some differences in terms of healing, especially with the scroll as well. So this scroll is actually going to be quite good. I'm not sure if I want to do or keep, or if I want to actually go for the rest of the actual uniform. But with that said, I will end this video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.